With and Without, Within and Without, The Maze Trilogy, Book 2. Written by Euan Mcallen. Narrated by John Delino Ziegler, Jr. Part 1. Village Green. The village people maintained a delicate balance of harmony versus hurt, fury versus focused frenzy, shit versus survival. It was at the center, but it had nothing to give and sought nothing. It was in essence a pointless place, but it was a place to live. Its inhabitants were, in the main, nothing, and asked for nothing except the chance to survive, to never go hungry, to never feel cold. They didn't know it, but change was coming, in the form of men and women and new ideas. Change would split it, divide it, destroy the fabric of its small, isolated community. The village had been founded by a small group of devout believers fleeing a godless place. Their descendants had nowhere to flee to. They were stuck here, in the maze, at its center, at the center of the storm. The village square was no longer a square. For some, that rankled. A piece of it had been bitten off by the elders and given to the one who went by the name of Timothy. Though there were rumors he had another name, another identity. It had been set aside for play, whatever that meant. It formed part of the new school set up by this headstrong Timothy. A playground, he called it, boasting. A place set aside for the children to play in. Why? Asked most villagers. Why don't they just play where they stand? Or better still, do some work, learn a trade. We all need to play, explained Timothy to no one. No, we don't, was the reply. We all need to work. Timothy was happy. He had found a place worth calling home. He had his cause, to educate. No, to educate and enlighten. He was becoming a driven man. He wanted to take the youth of the village, its future wealth, and push words and numbers down their throats, to see their brains light up. He wanted them to be able to spell and read, multiply and divide, not be afraid of words or numbers, but understand their meaning, not be afraid to think, to question, and he wanted to see their souls wake up, and he wanted their parents to want it too. Some didn't, as he had discovered. Timothy did not like idiots and wanted to reduce the number. There were too many in the village, though only one was called the village idiot. As far as he was concerned, the village idiot was not the most stupid person in the village. Others could claim that title. For his new school, he had obtained funds from the elders, convincing them that teaching children to read and write and add up was a good thing, something God wished for. They took some convincing. Timothy witnessed calm cruelty and brittle barbarity in the village, and foolish conduct without rhyme or reason, which simply inflicted self-harm. He could not face spending the rest of his life in such a place without making some attempt to change things, to raise standards. As things stood, he could not contemplate raising a family in such a place, but he might have to one day, so he had to act fast as God would allow it. He saw the village church failing in its duty and wanted to put something better in its place. He had approached the elders and asked for permission to open a second church, but as yet no decision. He later learned, after repeated visits to the village hall, that a change in the law was required before his request could be dealt with, and the elders were not noted for changing the law without good reason. Timothy quickly learned that they explained nothing but decided everything, and often slowly. Esmeralda had blossomed since their return. She had learned to love to learn. It was hard on her head, but rewarding, as with each passing day, week, month, she felt herself moving closer to being her Timothy's equal. Timothy had begun to teach his Esmeralda, so she in turn could teach others. She struggled, but gave it her best, sold on his mission. She did not want to let her man down.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?